Alright, what's up, y'all? Today's video is going to be about the Cowboys and if they are in trouble or not. Especially with Ezekiel Elliott being out, with y'all left tackle being out. I don't know how many games he's going to miss. He may play Sunday, who knows. With Sean Lee out, that's a big thing. I do think you guys are in trouble, and this is why. Once again, I'm not saying this because I hate the Cowboys, even though I do, but I hate every other team in the division that's not the Giants. So, it is what it is. But this is why I think you guys are in trouble. One, it's already been proven that without Zeke, Dak is half of who he is. We've seen it enough. I've seen it enough. And I think when you watch the Denver Bronco game, that kind of shows it. And of course, like, the Broncos have the #1 air attack and, the #1 ground game at the time. Zeke was a non-factor. So when Zeke is a non-factor and you force Dak to throw the ball, it's just not a good look. I mean, as a play action passer, Dak is literally the best or second best in the NFL. Last year, he had like 75% completion off the play action, which was best. This year, I think he's around those same numbers. But once again, that's heavily relying on if the run game is doing something. And it just seems like if Zeke isn't playing to his best or Zeke isn't playing at all, then Dak isn't having a good game. And that's just being honest. And I said this last year. Like, I like Dak. I do like Dak. I feel like he's one of those guys that's not going to throw the game away. If the Cowboys are leading, they're 9 times out of 10 going to win because Dak doesn't give people opportunities to take the ball away. He's real good with that. He's real good at making sure the mistakes are limited. I believe that if you get an interception off Dak, you got to make it count because he's not going to give you more than one shot. So I do like that aspect of Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott isn't somebody, in my opinion, that you game plan for. Like, yes, when you get down to the red zone, he's a dual threat. He can run it in or play action once again due to the run. But if Zeke isn't there, if Zeke really isn't there, and it's nobody's gonna stack the box against Alfred Morris, and whoever else. I forgot who else y'all had back there. Nobody's gonna stack the box. They're going to allow that front four to do what they do and, force Dak to make some good passes. I mean, he makes good safe throws. He makes throws that make sense. But those aren't always the throws that win games. Those aren't always the throws. Being safe all the time doesn't secure a victory. At some point, you're going to have to, like, really play quarterback. You're going to have to really, put in some real tough, grimy, throws to secure that win. And I haven't seen it from Dak yet. Now, albeit y'all do have a really bad defense, and you guys were like harping on that defense last year. They was like, I think y'all defense finished like 5 or something like that. But to think about it, really, the defense never stayed on the field. Y'all literally were top 5 in time of possession. So the defense didn't have to do much of anything. Like, y'all defense was getting paid to do nothing, in my opinion. And now it's showing itself, like when your offense can't really get anything clicking and you asking your defense to hold people under 20 points, it's not really happening like that. Yeah, y'all did it to Kansas City, which was a good game. Y'all played a good game right there, defensively especially. But how many times can y'all do that? How many times can your defense do that? You know, against Atlanta, I mean, Atlanta did what they wanted to after Sean Lee went down. And that's another thing why I think y'all are in trouble. Y'all put so much on Sean Lee. Y'all say, oh, well, Sean Lee wasn't playing. Sean Lee wasn't playing. Sean Lee wasn't playing. If it's to the point where Sean Lee is your entire defense, and if he's not there and if he's not there, the defense falls apart, that's bad drafting. And you know he has a history with not being able to stay on the field. Dude, you got to draft better than that. You've got to draft better than that. If Sean Lee is y'all bread and butter on defense, but he can't stay healthy, he can't stay right, one, that's something the trainers need to step up and help that man with his body. And two, y'all need to draft around that position, because if he goes down, y'all can't have some kind of Joe Blow coming in and not doing anything. You know, that just don't make sense. Then when y'all lose, the only excuse is Sean Lee isn't there. It's got to be something else. You know, it can't be to the point where y'all entire defense sucks if Sean Lee isn't there. Somebody has to step up. Now, y'all do have David Irvin, who's a monster, and y'all do have, what is his name? I forgot dude's name. He got like 11 and a half sacks. Dude's been beasting. But this is like their breakout year. So, once again, you gotta see if it's anything to this. You know, if this is really who they are, or if this is just a flash in the pan. So, like I said, I'm impressed with both of those guys, to be honest. I think they're doing a heck of a job. I think the only it's two other pairs of pass rushers. I'd say that's up there with them in talent. That's Joey Bosa and Ingram, and then that's Calais Campbell and Yannick Ngakoue. But if your boy Sean Lee is not playing, then that whole defense goes to hell. Like that whole defense is disgusting. And when Sean Lee playing, he is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. But it's sad to the point where if he's not playing, or he can't afford to take a day off, take a break, and then it's a wrap. Then coaching, awful coaching. He won y'all coach won Coach of the Year last year. To me, he did not deserve it, and this is why. Literally, all he had to do is say, Zeke run the ball, Dak Prescott run play action. Now, okay, they were rookies, but it's not unheard of for two rookies to be really good. So it's not like a shocker that rookie, especially nowadays. Do you know how many talented people there are coming out of college? You know what I'm saying? So it's not unheard of for rookies to be especially Ezekiel Elliott. We all knew what he was going to be. Anybody who watched college football knew what the kid was going to be. They knew it. Anybody who watched college football from beginning to end, we knew Ezekiel Elliott. Man, when he went to the Cowboys, I got sick in my stomach. I'm like, oh, shit. You got a violent motherfucker running behind a great offensive line. Dude, that was a good draft. You know, y'all drafted good. I still think y'all should have got Jalen Ramsey, but it was a good pick for y'all. Then you get Dak Prescott. Yeah, he was drafted at number 4, but he was still a good quarterback. So when y'all say, oh, well, he coached up these rookies. First of all, Ezekiel Elliott was already good. Ezekiel Elliott could have went to any team and did what he did. I'm just being real with you. He could have went to any team and did what he did because he's a physical freak of nature. We already know that. So what did he do last year that set him apart from any other coach? Nothing. And you want to know why? Because this year, it's showing itself. When his stars don't play good, he can't coach himself out of a situation. Your left tackle goes down. And me and my brother talked about this. Your left tackle goes down. You put in the left guard. Not only do you put in the left guard, you give this man no help. after the second sack, you should be like, all right, we need to get a tight end or a running back to go chip him and then move out into a route. At least help him. Y'all didn't even help him. Didn't even help him. Y'all was like, okay, well, he'll get it eventually. No, how the fuck is he gonna get it when it's game time? Like, this is live action. What are you doing? What are you doing? You allowing this man to get brutally just destroyed. I'm talking about he made Eric Flowers look like Joe Thomas. The dude looked bad. No offense, because Eric Flowers is trash. He's trash as fuck. But y'all give him no help. Why? What is it? The pride? What is it? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I'm looking at it like, what the hell? If he's getting destroyed every other play, Dak Prescott getting hit every other play, it just didn't make sense. It didn't make no sense. Now a coach, Sean McVay, Bill Belichick, Sean Payton, they would have said, look, man, we need chip block over there. We need the help over there. You know what I'm saying? We need to double him. Even if we gotta leave somebody else wide open, trust that Dak can get the ball off, but he needs help. That's his blind side. That's how quarterbacks get fucked up, because they get hit from the blind side. It's a blessing Dak didn't even get hurt, like, for real. And ain't too many quarterbacks getting hit from their blind side 6 times and coming off without an injury. So that just didn't make sense. That was really bad coaching, and he hasn't been doing good coaching all this shit either. I've seen games where y'all could have won if y'all would have ran the ball more. Like, for real, like, y'all be on 3rd and 2 and then try to throw a slant. Like, what the heck? Man, if you don't give it to Zeke and let him bang for them extra 2 yards and he can, like, come on, man. Come on. Like, I know y'all love y'all coach. I know y'all want to defend him, but that just don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Dez Bryant is not the same. That's number 3. Dez is not the same. Dez is, I haven't seen Dez get one-on-one coverage like this in a long time. And he still ain't doing much of nothing. He still ain't doing really much of anything. Like, it's not a good look. And you guys are just hopping on Dez because he had those 3 really good years, and then you say, oh, he's been hurt. Man, how many wide receivers come off injury and still beasting? Like, that's got at some point, that's got to stop being the narrative for Dez Bryant. That has to stop being the excuse. At some point, you guys got to say, look, or the organization at least, got to say, look, Dez is not what he once was. Dez not what he once was. At this moment, he's not what we need him to be, because he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good. I've seen Dez get locked down too many times this year. And I'm dead serious. And, like, be for real. Like, how many other, well, Terrell Pryor sucks, so I ain't gonna use that example. But how many number ones you see having this many back-to-back bad years, injury included? Like, it's just not a good look. You guys putting faith in a guy who's rarely healthy. So, one, your defense is nothing without Sean Lee. And Sean Lee, even when he's healthy, he on a week-to-week basis. 2, offensive line. I don't know what they're going to do. If the left tackle can play, that's cool. But if he can't, automatically a liability for y'all team. 3, bad coaching. Seriously, like, he's not like Ben McAdoo bad, but he can coach y'all out of some games. You know, 4, Dez isn't what he used to be. You know, y'all gotta accept that. Y'all gotta understand that Dez is not throw up the X Dez no more. You rarely see him throw up the X now. You know, that's like an extinct movement at this point. Honestly, I think y'all should trade him and see what y'all can get for him. To be honest, y'all could probably get y'all a nice little 3rd rounder. Um, and move with it. Like I just don't see how he benefits y'all anymore. I see I see Dak connecting with y'all number 2 receiver more than Dez. And every time he touched the ball, that dude damn near get 20, 30 yards per catch. You know, he a big play machine. I say let that chemistry develop. Draft y'all another wide receiver and move on. Well, a receiver late because y'all need defense bad in the motherfucker. But off those 4 things alone, I think y'all in trouble. And I think that with Zeke being out, it'll show you who's more important to your team, Dak or Zeke. I've been saying Zeke is more important to y'all team. I've been saying it. Without Zeke to take attention away from Dak, bro, too much of that game relies on Zeke. Like, I don't understand why y'all don't see that. Yes, a good quarterback is hard to find. I understand. I really do. Trust me. But here's the thing. When the running back is what makes the quarterback good, you have to start to reevaluate the importance of the player. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think people see Zeke come up that line and they immediately stack that box because they not trying to have him hammer 3 people, break off, and then get a 15-yard run. Like, what the heck? They not trying to have that. And Dak feeds off of it. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? You stack the box. If you stack the box on Aaron Rodgers, he gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, Aaron Rodgers can play without a run game. Deshaun Watson even showing he could play without a run game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's quarterbacks that are showing that they can play without a run game, whether they're old or new or whatever. So these next games are going to show what Dak has in him. Like, is he just a product of his system, or is he the system? Is he the quarterback? You know, like, you can't you're not going to win much with a quarterback that's a product of the system, because if the system around him breaks down, he is of no use. You can't do anything with him. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work that way. You have to have a quarterback that, if the system breaks down, he can come up with a new method of winning. That's what the good to great quarterbacks do. You can be mediocre and win games if your system is correct. So these next few games, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what he can really do. Like I said, I like Dak Prescott. I think he's a decent quarterback, but I haven't seen him go through much of anything. I think the toughest thing he's ever been through was that second Giants game last year, and him versus the Broncos. And you see what happened, you know. So if I'm a Dallas fan, I'm taking games like that into account. Yes, he's young. Yes, it's only year 2, but you want to kind of diagnose stuff early. You want to kind of see what your guy has early, and then you can kind of like build around them and put your full faith behind them. But, you know, until then, I mean, all he's shown us was that he won't lose you a game. He won't throw a game away. But also, he's nobody to really be afraid of. You know, he's nobody to really be shook about. So these next games will really show us what he got.